When I got out of the military, I had a hard time translating my military experience into the civilian world. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably would have been that homeless or impoverished vet. But it can be easier with the right support. I'm Mark Casper, and I'm the Executive Director of Tech4Troops. In today's world, you have to have a computer to be able to apply for jobs. Our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce.
Here at Tech4Troops, we're here to push you forward to get you back to where you want to be in life. When the veterans come in, I teach them everything you could think of that's done with a computer. I want them to feel that this is a tool that's going to help them get their life back.
I went into a kind of a deep depression. Eventually, I lost my job and I was out on the street. The computer was able to connect me to the web, and I was able to start putting resumes out. And you have to have these small building blocks to get from point A to point B. I'm not worried about employment anymore.
The need is great, and we want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome everyone to the Tech4Troops Cup Series. We are tonight in Nashville at Nashville Superspeedway for the Music City 200. This is the final cut race in our first round of playoffs. Thanks for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. I'm Rick Souza here with John DeRudris for tonight, and right now we are joining at the start of qualifying.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun race. This is my home track. I can hear the cars from my house. If only. I mean, I'm like 40 minutes away. So either way, I love this track. It's going to be a fun night of racing. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be action-packed for sure, because this track is constantly changing as well. We were discussing before we went live. We had a new update go live on iRacing, and this track and this car, as well as the damage model, is going to be brand new. And this is going to be your first look at this new, at the new damage model, at this new, what we think a different Nashville Superspeedway. So we are going to be tuning into that. And Rick, right now, 3 laps for qualifying, and right now I think you got to think about, lap 1 might be the money lap, but I think lap 2 kind of focus on that as your hot lap, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think so too. But this is a very interesting track. This is just over a mile. It's an all concrete track. Should be very interesting for these guys. It's definitely not the easiest track out there, but a lot of fun, lots of excitement.
It will be, and this is the cut race. This is the cut race before the championship narrows down from 16 drivers all the way down to 10. And so, some drivers, you got to win to get in. Some drivers may need to possibly get their way in by points as well. So we'll see what happens at 150 laps here at Nashville. Pit road speed 45 miles an hour. As always, no quick repairs, 5 sets of tires, 50% fuel, and also 3 green-white checker restarts on this 1.3 mile concrete surface of Nashville Superspeedway. You see the 06 stopping right there? I can tell you right now he's going to run another lap. He didn't want to run that second one, so he's going to go back and try it again.
Smart. So, John, you have some keys for tonight's race?
Absolutely. Let's dive into that just a little bit. So, Nashville is going to be an ever-changing track, and one thing that I want to focus on is specifically the tires. Tires at concrete tracks are always the topic of discussion, and specifically here at Nashville, I think you have to focus on your right side tires. You cannot burn them up. You cannot have those tires go to the wrong side, because if you do, you're going to be sliding all night, which is going to make your left side tires even worse. And so my next key is going to be 2 tires versus 4 tires. You know, in clean air, you're not going to have much aero wash from the car in front of you. And these corners here in Nashville, it is notorious for sliding off the corner in 2, but specifically turn 4. So seeing what drivers will take 2 tires versus 4 tires in the race is going to be the decision, as well as, you know, keeping up with track position. That's my third key tonight. I think you have to be up in the front, at least within the top 6 or 7 in qualifying to actually get this race won. If we stay green, I think the track is going to be very loose. I think it's going to be interesting once people are in traffic. And then also, if we catch lap traffic, Rick, watch out for some difficulty trying to pass some of these cars, especially off corner exits. So right side tires, 2 versus 4, and track position are my 3 keys to the night's race. And right now at the top of the board, you have Nathan Harper and Lilith Peters, Kaiju Cat Motorsports at the top, followed by Chuck Van Scoyk, Ryan Pittman, and Jeff Narin, your current top 5, separated by 0.6 of a second.
Well, and if you're tuning in and you haven't to the last couple races, that blue indicator on that driver's name means that they are in the playoffs. And this is the final race of the playoffs for this first round. And right now, that cut will be from 16 to 10. And there you have it. There's the current playoff standings, with Chris Worrell and Lilith Peters both with the win. Garrett Johnson in 3rd, Bostic in 4th, Zach Ward is 5th, Slagter 6th, Lowe is 7th, Harper is in 8th, Chuck Van Scoyk is in 9th, Jeff Narin is in 10th, but Cody Sturgill is right there just within 2 points. And really, you know, it's just a few points from each before you can get to that cut. So Harley Barletta is definitely on the outside looking in, but same with Ryan Pittman. But John Ledger, Horton, Vandertwick, and Sturgill, they're within striking distance. They can point their way in, or don't forget, anybody can win. They can win their way in.
Exactly. I mean, I'm looking right now. Ryan Pittman could be a good contender. He seems to be good at these kind of racetracks. Also, Mr. Justin Horton as well. I'm looking out for him, seeing if he could possibly get his way up. I don't see him on the leaderboard. There he is. He's in 17th. I think he also could be one of those guys from the back, but also you can't count out Mr. Barletta. He's been a part of the Tech4Troops Cup Series for a while now. It's going to be a fun race because, again, we are battling not only for that last playoff spot for the win. You know, we're potentially battling for 10th. So if I was Jeff Narin, you know, I'd definitely continue to do what he did in qualifying, qualified P5. So it's exciting to see. So, Rick, do we have the starting lineup for tonight?
We did, and the grid is up.
All righty. So starting here, your Music City 200, brought to you by Tech4Troops and Goat Racing Diecast. You have Nathan Harper on the pole with his teammate to his outside, Lilith Peters, Chuck Van Scoyk starting in 3rd, Ryan Pittman starting in 4th, Jeff Narin starting in 5th with Mike Sladker at 6th, Aaron Jackson in 7th, Luke Bullard starting in 8th, Zach Ward starting in P9, and John Ledger rounds out the top 10.
Ty Bostic in 11th, Chris Worrell is in 12th. In 13th, Garrett Johnson. 14th, Sammy Harrell. 15th is Chad Jones. 16th is Philip Vandertwick. 17th is Justin Horton. 18th is Ryan McRoberts. Maurice Burnett is in 19th, and Zachary Allen is in 20th.
In 21st, you have Cody Sturgill with Jeff Nene starting in P22. In 23rd, you have Marco Berube with Christoph Hall starting in 24th. And David Watts, not posting a qualifying time, will start at the tail end of the field.
All right, so we're right now waiting for the drivers to make their way. We can get this grid underway. We are waiting up. All drivers have made it to the starting grid, so waiting for iRacing to say, okay, giddy up, let's go.
Here we go.
All right, 25 drivers have made the event tonight, so good number of drivers are on the track.
Exactly. You know, what we see here, we've been a part of a lot of leagues, Rick and us as admins and us putting on these races. We know that the field does dwindle down late in the season, especially if drivers are not a part of the playoffs. But one thing that I will have to say about the Tech4Troops Cup Series, there's always been a great representation, even if you're not in the playoffs. So, you know, again, anybody can win and make their way into the playoffs for sure. But still, it's great to see this big of a field here tonight. Because you're still racing for wins, racing for some other things going on if you're the highest finishing non-playoff driver. So it's great to see the field we got. But Rick, we're about to get rocking and rolling in the Music City, and the puns are already here. Oh, goodness. All right, here we go. 150 laps from Nashville. Thank you for tuning in, and we have green flag in the air. Nathan Harper didn't get a great restart, and that's going to give Philip Peters a good run on the outside as they make their way into turn 1.
All right, still 2x2 into turn 2 and coming onto the backstretch. The track's a little tricky. As we said earlier, it's an all concrete track. Grip can be a little fickle. And as tires and grip begin to wear down, it can get pretty slick.
Yep, especially right here out of turn 4. Everybody seems to make their way over just fine. One lap complete here at Nashville Superspeedway.
Yeah, we'll begin to think really about around lap with this track, around lap 20, 25. We'll begin to definitely see the grip have gone a bit away off these fresh tires, and then, you know, really we'll see the drivers kind of working their way through these corners, hopefully cautiously, to avoid any incidents. And but this is a fast track. You know, you can really move your car around. You have lots of opportunities for passing. We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, lots of opportunity for passing, and I expect the fuel run to be somewhere around 38 to 42 laps tonight here at Nashville. So we'll see what happens once this field starts to get a little bit spread out. Who is going to conserve and who's going to go off strategy, as we see the 23 of Chuck Van Scoik going to the inside of Ryan Pittman there. Great passing zone. He might be able to get this pass done, but what I do know about this track, that high line, you can get a great run off the turn, and Ryan Pittman may still be able to hold position as they make their way off the turn too.
All right, we're continuing to battle here. That looks like that's the biggest battle right now on the track. This is side by side, Pittman and Van Scoik. A little bit of a
the wall.
Yeah, I think that's the 14th. Mike Slider got a little loose.
Yeah, so what I'll tell you that exactly what caused that. He was in the draft of the 08 in front of him, and oftentimes, like I mentioned before in the pre-race, aero wash will 100% move that car all the way up the track. You get really, really tight being behind the car in front of you, and next thing you know, you're pushing up to the wall. And so that's going to be an interesting talking point all race long. You see them get loose again.
Yeah, looking back at Mike Slider, he's got a little bit of Luke Buller now slipping underneath. We'll definitely see a lot of that aero push happening here as well.
And looking already, seeing who some of the biggest movers are so far. You got Zachary Allen up 4 spots to 16th, Justin Horton up 4 spots to 13th. And that's it. That's our biggest movers. Biggest loser of the race, Aaron Jackson, -8, losing almost 1 position a lap.
Yeah, that's a
saving.
big drop. Big drop.
Yeah, for sure. As we see the 06 trying to get around this field right now, he did start a little bit further back in the pack than what we're typically used to seeing. Typically we're seeing him start on the front row, but he started all the way back in the middle of the pack there, so he'll be battling this traffic all race long. You know, one thing, Rick, you can do here at Nashville Superspeedway, you can go on the apron. It's a raceable line. Do I recommend it? Yes, only if you have fresher tires, because it is somewhat of a severe, banking difference depending on where you hit it. I've used it for qualifying particularly, but you can make a pass there. It's a great place to make a pass if you get a good run and you can slide up, but depending on where you hit that specific corner on the apron, you might get a little loose.
Yeah, definitely. And as you said, there is a significant change of degree between the racing surface and the apron, and you will incur certainly some issues with tire wear.
And that's what I was talking about in the pre-race. Who's going to be able to manage their tires the best? It's going to be a wild race to see who does that, because right now the top three, they're only about 1/10 to 2/10 off their qual times, and we're 10 laps into this run. So I'm curious for a driver like a Aaron Jackson, who is back there in 15th, or maybe a driver like John Ledger, Garrett Johnston, those drivers that are just kind of managing right now what they're going to do, as we see a pass for the lead and potentially a pass for second place. You have Justin Horton now falling back to third, but Lilith Peters back up at the front here with Chuck Van Scoyk making not quite, thought he was going to make the pass on the bore of Nathan Harper. Nathan Harper pushes in turn one, almost gets into the left rear of the 23 car of Chuck Van Scoyk. Tough place right there to get a pass done. I mean, especially if you have a run, you could easily slide. That's the thing about this track, and what I love so much and why it's so fun to watch a race in person, is that you can slide all over the place. And if you're not careful, you will be into the car next to you. So very interesting to see. But right now, Rick, 9 out of the top 10 are playoff drivers, except for Luke Bullard there in third. So majority of our playoff guys are up there. 12 out of the top 13 to be exact. Playoff drivers, those were highlighted in blue.
Looking back at Chris Worrell, he's now up to 7th plus 5 and trying to make a move on the 08 of Ryan Pittman, working up there. This is one of those tracks out of a number of them on the circuit where it is 1 mile and a third. It takes definitely some practice, some timing, some experience. This isn't just one of those tracks where you just shove your foot to the floor and you can work your way around. This takes some finesse.
It definitely does, and that's why, again, I'm very biased, but because I live here. But I do think it's more one of those driver's tracks. You see right there.
Little contact
the
between the
06
08.
and the 08.
Yeah. Forced the 08 into the safer barrier, unfortunately. 06 got around, but this is after we are on lap 14. Tires aren't fresh, so here we are.
Here we are. And again, we have a new damage model, and you're probably saying, what in the world does that mean? Well, this is a simulation, and when it comes to being a simulation, they try to update these cars so when they hit the wall a certain way, whatever way that may be, it's going to be the most realistic representation of whatever incident they get into. So brand new damage model for every single car on iRacing. That update just came out today, I believe, Rick, and we have yet, knock on wood, yet to see it. But that's the good thing about iRacing. They're always keeping things up to date and where they need to be.
Absolutely. So Lilith Peters continues to lead here, lap 15, but she has Chuck Van Scoyk right on her tail, and he is making a move now to get around her. I think Chuck likes this track.
If I remember correctly, I think you're right. I think he has a little bit of a liking towards Nashville. If I'm not mistaken, I think we've covered one of his wins before. here. I believe he's been. We may need to go back into the Tech4Troop archives and pull that one up and see if he's won here before, because he's definitely been fast, up 2 spots from 3rd up to 1st.
Yep, he is definitely. Again, this is we talked about earlier. If you're able to drive consistently, preserve your tires, and just work your way, you'll make it all the way up. But if even though you could be fast, if you're being fast by being a little bit more aggressive with your wheel, really getting deeper in the corners, that first 18 laps that are up there on the board now, you could be gone. Your tires could be toast, and now you're limping around waiting for your next fuel window.
That is spot on analysis. I would agree. And I'd rather be better on a long run than a short run. And it's a philosophy I adopt almost every race, because if you can just manage, if you think about racing as, let's say it goes green, if your fastest lap, if your average, lap is the fastest among all drivers, if you stay in that consistent zone, if you know what that is, you theoretically could just, keep yourself in that delta where you're not getting your tires too hot, not getting your tires too cold, and you can, maintain that tire temperature to have the fastest average overall lap, and that's what a race is, making the way around here the fastest. So incrementally it pays off in the beginning. It might not, but in the end it will. Absolutely.
And so what we're seeing now with 20 laps, you can see the 22 of Luke Bullard. He is much faster than the 7. The 7 is experiencing that tire wear where you're going to be in, you're depending on how you get into 1, you're going to plow a bit trying to get out of 2, and you're going to have to back off. And back off, you may need a bit more braking. Your braking zone just got, shortened, and now you're elongated, and now you're having to get on the brakes quicker and slowing yourself down, and you're finding that you're going to end up cycling back because you burned up your stuff.
Exactly.
So as we can see on the track map, you can see where they were all bunched up. Now this entire field is pretty far separated for only just all under 21 laps of green flag racing. You're looking back through, watching the battle with Bullard and the 7 of Zach Ward. Looking back through the field here. We're just kind of spread out a bit here, looking back farther in the field. No real door-to-door action going on in the field right now. But we are seeing guys here at the back. They're struggling a bit. We'll keep an eye on here. We'll go on board. Let's go on board with Marco, see how he's doing getting around this track. So Marco's in 4th gear, coming out of 4, and we'll take this lap with him.
Shifts in the 5th, and he's probably going to shift back down to 4th gear. He seemed a little bit tight on corner entry.
Yeah.
Keeps 4th gear all the way to turn 3. Gets it all the way down. Running a pretty smooth line. His last lap, you see right there on the dash, at 31.25. And Rick, if you look at the top of the board, he's actually faster than probably about half the field.
Yeah, but he's back in 23rd. So again, hard to. If he keeps that up, that's great. Let's jump up to Lilith Peters and take a lap or 2 with her.
A little bit lower on the track there, running in P2 right now. Now she is going to have a draft. Oh, there's a car low on the apron.
Yeah, it looks like he's going towards the pits.
Yeah, she took a pretty low entry into turn 3. She might get a little bit of push off of exit. No, very smooth, very methodical.
That's David Watts headed into the pits.
So she shifts much earlier than I noticed. Marco did. Her last lap was a 31.13.
So she's taking advantage of the downshift with engine braking to kind of slow the car down, but not to apply the brakes, which does change the balance in the car.
It does. And I mean, we could get super technical and talk about ride height within braking, because ride heights mean a lot in racing, specifically in NASCAR. And if you hammer the brake every time, you're changing the way the air flows into the car, and that changes downforce, that changes your grip level, that changes your handling. So using the forces of nature to slow down the car.
So arguably, you could say they are using the force to control the car, yes?
Yes, they are using
Yes,
the
they are.
force. Yep, absolutely.
That's all I needed to hear, gentlemen. No notes. Have a good race. Bye-bye.
Thanks. All right, that was Jason Harper with
Just
Tech4Troops.
kidding. Just kidding. Oh, come on, guys. I love you too much to walk away. All right, so here's where I need to bring back something I may have typed in a flurry of keyboard activity that Marco Berube may have read and chosen to use to his advantage. So the first award that we need to do is the number 99. I am certain that he heard me type and say, wow, I did not know cars could be shiny when I issued the first award to the Scum car a couple of seasons ago. And I was so confused by the shiny paint that he walked away with $25, and I didn't know what happened. So I tell you what, Marco Berube, you read the comments, and for that, I salute you, sir. $30 prize from the Game Master to you. I gotta say, I salute your use of the confusion strategy to get the award. Well done, sir. Well
I
done.
think he's also running it's got a GameCore logo on the door of that car as well.
He does, and that is why this is all in jest. We're all just having good fun. I love the design. It's amazing. It's definitely going on the wall. I've had a lot of conversations with the recent past winners of the Scheme Skirmish showdown. And yeah, we are making a Hall of Victory as far as the Scheme Skirmish goes. Marco Berube just earned yet another place there. And you know what? Because we are so close to ImmerseCon, because we are bulking up the roster, there's going to be yet another winner for this race. But you're going to have to tune into the Discord afterwards to find out who that might be.
All right, there you go. So the Tech4Troops Scheme Skirmish winner for tonight here at Nashville Music City 200, Marco Berube in that shiny number 99. And as Jason said, there'll be another winner out there, but it'll be in the Discord amongst the drivers. So again, thanks for Tech4Troops, not only helping to make this all happen and our corporate sponsor, but helping the drivers out with some additional loot to make it fun.
I did forget to say that we're giving away Uncle Jeffrey's sweet, sweet loot. So I do apologize for that. We are not giving away Tech4Troops funds here. This is Uncle Jeffrey's sweet, sweet loot. And I know you can't wait to get your hands on it, Mr. Berube.
All right.
I was waiting for Uncle Jeffrey to come in here and talk about that. I was like, wow, what are we talking about? But what I do know we're talking about is the 27 and the 7 on pit road. We got pit stops already underway. Lap 34, a little bit earlier than what I thought. But we got our first round of pitters on pit road.
4 tires. Let's see, 2 tires maybe. Sorry, definitely a 4 tire stop because the rest of the field is coming.
Gotta be 4.
Definitely in that window at 35 laps. So the first 2 are out. That's Chad Jones. David Watts is still in the pits. That's Jeff Narron out. They came in lap 33. Look now for Lilith Peters and is still out, but Van Scoik, Worrell, Johnson, Harper, Horton, and Ledger, they are all in.
Yeah, we had a car loose up there trying to get on the pit road. I think he was able to make it down all right. But yeah, this is definitely going to be all 4 tire stops for these drivers. And here comes Lilith, I believe. Oh, well, no, she's just going to the inside on the 70. Oh, no, she is coming down pit road.
Oh, and she is coming down fast. Hopefully she gets stopped in time. I'm sure she did. Bostic is now in as well. So that leaves just 3 drivers out. Oh, there's the 8 trying to get in. That's Maurice Burnett. That leaves Marco Berube still out.
Well.
The only driver who has not pitted.
He could be going for this long game. Well, I think I just got word he's coming down pit road this time.
But this will be down on, and effectively lap 37-38 here, which is 5 laps better than the Jeff Niren. Oh, yep, that is going to hurt.
Well, he's coming down to get new tires. It's all good.
But Jeff Niren came down lap 33, so that's a 5-lap delta, over Jeff Niren. So, but still, every little stop, every little time advantage helps.
If my math is correct, so you have 33, 66, 99, and then you have 132. That's that last stop. But if you do 37 laps, 37 you'll pit on lap 74, you'll pit on lap 111, and then you'll pit on lap 148. I don't know how I feel about pitting with 2 to go.
Nope.
I don't want to end up like Ryan Blaney, but he might be playing a 3-stop strategy. We'll see. I guess he did technically come down pit road on 38 because he was 37 coming to 38. So by that math, he could make it. But what we do know, who has made it up to the front, up 11 spots, is the number 06 of Chris Worrell, all the way up from P12 to the lead. Any surprise, Rick? Any surprise?
Nope, not at all. So you're exactly correct, though. Question's going to be how do we play these pit stop strategies? I guess for the most part, we have had a race or 2 where we've gone green from flag to flag, so that certainly looms out there. But cautions can happen, and it may play out that changes, shakes up that pit stop strategy.
I mean, it would work. It would play out because if you think about it, he would be coming 37 to 38, so he'd know he could make it to lap 38. We don't know if he could complete it, but then you have, the math could really work in his favor because everybody else is going to be short.
Yeah. 38 all the way. 4 times 38 gets you just over 150. So, you could conceivably make it if you can stretch it out that far. Can you? I don't know.
Well, hey, I'm all for it though. He's sitting all the way back there in 23rd, 26 seconds behind the lead. But again, you have to, if you're going to do the strategy, you got to do it from the beginning. You can't say, I'm going to do that on my second stop. No, there's no way. There's no way. You got to do it from the beginning.
He's credited at pitting on lap 37. That puts you at 148, so he's still going to be short. So we'll see. But there may be a splash and go in some of these guys' futures, so we'll see.
Could be.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but you're not going to miss anything. We'll be going side by side. Again, thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network of the Tech4Troops Cup Series, Music City 200.
Hello, my name is Jack Raymondson. I manage business development here at Tech4Troops, and I'm my second year with this amazing veteran nonprofit owned and operated by veterans for veterans. I served in the U.S. Marine Corps as an amphibious assault crewman from 1992 to 1996. I also served in the U.S. Coast Guard from 2002 to 2007, joining after 9/11 as an operations specialist, then serving as an instructor at Coast Guard Training Center, Yorktown. I also spent many years as a first responder volunteering as an EMT and fireman. I'm here at Tech4Troops because I believe in our mission to empower veterans and their families with the gift of computers and technology training, as well as our outreach to help curb veteran suicide while providing a safe and meaningful community where veterans are treated with respect and dignity. We are aiming for zero veteran suicide through gaming and other program opportunities. We help veterans regain a new sense of purpose and help them see they have a brighter future ahead of them. It truly is an honor and my pleasure to serve my fellow veterans and help give them a leg up. 2024 is Tech4Troops' 10th anniversary year, and I ask that you help us support our veterans and their families with a computer donation and or greatly needed financial contribution so we can help every last veteran in need. Together, you and Tech4Troops can be change makers. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series Music City 200. We are at lap 47. Chris Worrell is your current leader. Chuck Van Scoik is in second. Garrett Johnson in third. Lilith Peters is in fourth. Nathan Harper in fifth. Luke Bullard in sixth. Jeff Nairn in seventh. Bostic is in eighth. Horton in ninth. And Ryan Pittman is in 10th. Biggest mover is your leader. He is up there plus 11 and is currently leading tonight's race.
Yeah, he was our regular season champion, and he back up to the front here tonight in Nashville, rocking a very appropriate paint scheme. Again, he's been running this all season long, but hey, it's a Fender scheme.
In Nashville.
In Nashville, it's Music City, so very appropriate.
So this is good, if you're in the points battle, having a prior winner win, that's good news for you. You're not going to lose a spot by an automatic placement for someone who is a winner.
Exactly. But if Chuck Van Scoik can get around him, that's where it could become interesting.
Yep.
When that cut line effectively moves.
Yeah, absolutely. So Chuck is currently in ninth in the points. Getting a win here would mean three different winners, which is exactly what we like to see from a competition perspective. And that cut line certainly will be interesting. Now, if someone wins above the cut line, that's good news for those who are sitting above the cut line. For someone who wins below the cut line, that makes things even more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so far we've been green flag all the way, knocking wood here. Just some good racing. Again, 25 drivers out there. No one has retired. I think David Watts has spent some time in the pits, though, getting some repairs made.
Possibly.
Getting back through the field. It is spread out now, nearly covering the entire track due to that first round of a green flag stop. Trying to look back and see if we do have some closer battles as we go back through the field. I think that one is for position. That's Zach Ward and John Ledger there. That's battling for the 10th spot, 11th spot. And again, they pitted last around lap 35, 36, most of these drivers. So, we'll begin to see again that bloom off these tires sometime around lap 56. So That'll make things a bit challenging, and we're looking for stops somewhere around lap 68, 70. See the 19 of John Ledger trying to work under the 7.
He is possibly going to get it done here. Able to make the pass.
All right, that puts
This is when
John in 11th.
Yep, and looking at John in 11th comparatively to everybody else's lap times, there's only 5 drivers who ran below a 31 that last lap. It was your leader, Chuck Van Scoik, Garrett Johnston, Nathan Harper, and Ty Bostic. And so, yes, some drivers are pretty close, but looking back at our guy that we've been watching to see what the strategy is going to be on lap 37, Marco Berube ran a 31.2. So,
yeah, a little off.
He's a little off, but I mean, I'm very curious because he hasn't been lapped yet. Very close to being lapped, but either way, we'll see what happens.
Yep, headed up to Chris Worrell. That last time was a 30.85. Marco ran a 30. Well, we go back and recalculate because time just came in. 30.93 was Chris Worrell as your leader. Marco Berube in 23rd ran a 31.23. Jeff Denis is back there. He is currently 1 lap down. But I think Marco is getting close to being lapped here.
Yep. I mean, it's part of that long run strategy. So we'll see.
On board here with Chris Worrell, your leader. He did not shift. He stayed in 4th gear. Upshifted at the start-finish line. That only lasted for that little bit to entering into turn 1, back down to 4th, and I think he shifted that time, but just enough to get around Marco. Or will he? Oh, he spins.
Oh no, we're wrecking. Marco Berube wrecked. Oh no, that's not good. That is not good at all. I didn't want to say anything. I was like, I'm not going to say a word. But there we go. First caution. Lap at 60, Rick. Need to go back and
let's just
take a look at this one. Yeah. What happened here? Oh, there was some net code.
Yeah, it's all net code. He did not touch him. There's contact with the 23. But there was unfortunately no contact.
No contact whatsoever. There was going to be. But,
Yep.
But here we go. We got everybody on pit road now. This is going to change up the strategy just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yep, because now they weren't that far off from coming down for a pit stop anyway. So, but this will reshuffle since the entire field, except for those drivers who were a lap down, which was Ryan McRoberts, Marco Berube, and Jeff Nini, who have to stay out. All right, so we are under caution for a quick, it's like a some minor contact, well, a net code, which if you're unfamiliar with what that is in iRacing, that is where the computers and the software believe that there will be contact, so in effect it creates the incident. As you saw on the replay, there was no graphical contact between those two cars, but in the grand scheme of things in iRacing, there was. So here we are. So there was that incident between Marco Berube and your leader, Chris Worrell, is trying to work his way around. Marco is trying to stay on the lead lap. Unfortunately, that caution ends up putting him a lap down.
Yep, I just listened to some of the driver radio and basically communication between Marco and Chris. Marco thought he was high enough. Chris thought that Marco was kind of racing him out of turn 4 just a little bit. So you had kind of two drivers, two different things happening, but really the same thing happened. Netcode, it was like you said, it was netcode. So looks to be all drivers should be good though. No harm, no foul. Hate that for Marco though. But that brings out our first caution though. Lap 62 of 150. Good green flag run there. Almost 2 full green flag stints within that run.
Nearly half the race under green, so that's super positive. We like to see that here. Makes for good racing.
Yes, it does.
Again, thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Cup Series. We appreciate you being along here and hanging out with us. We appreciate you tuning in to our broadcast network, and if you could, like and subscribe whatever stream you happen to be on to get updates about our events. We typically have events on Wednesday and Thursday. This week we will not have a race. Tomorrow night, on Thursday night, the iNASCAR series heads to Sonoma, and we don't typically broadcast their events. And Chris Worrell is stopping on the track. Is he getting an EOL?
Chris Worrell was given an EOL penalty. Look at that. Oh. Interesting. By admin.
Huh. Well, we didn't see it that way in the booth, but we'll see what the explanation is.
I may have misheard him. I thought he said, I was listening to the radios. I thought it was netcode. I might be wrong. Not netcode, excuse me, blinking. I'm not sure.
All right, we're waiting for admin to weigh in.
Oh, at fault for the yellow. That was the decision there. So that's why he went to the back, not because of a blink. Green flag. Oh, we're wrecking in the back. We're wrecking in the back. Big wreck in the back, Rick. The whole back part of the field is gone. Oh, no.
What the heck? We've got Ryan Pittman.
Somebody missed a shift.
Nick Roberts, Chris Worrell also involved.
I think it started with the 39, if I'm not mistaken. I think somebody missed a shift.
Okay, let's go back and take a look, see what we see.
Oh, a little loose.
So we're watching the 39. Right now we're exiting the Geico restart zone on this restart. 39 spins and winds up dooring the 8. 24 takes the... Let's go back a bit farther in the field here. This is from Chris Worrell's position.
He's like, oh man, what did I get myself into now?
Yep, now I'm all the way in the back and I've got this parking lot. You can see there's a lot of contact there. So what started that was the 39, unfortunately. That was Justin Horton. And you can see him just running through the grass.
And looks like the 39 will get an EOL.
Pretty much the entire back part of the field has decided to come in.
I think a lot of drivers got involved in that one. But hey, look at what lap this is. Lap 66. That's exactly what we were thinking from a pit stop perspective, so this is right on schedule for some guys.
Yeah. Curious to see why Chris Worrell is still in the pits. There was no contact there.
Let me check. Now we only got a black flag for Marco Berube, and David Watts looks like he got a meatball flag.
For
I don't see anything else.
For Worrell, for Chris?
No,
Marco?
David Watts and Marco. I don't
Gotcha.
see anything for the 06.
Well, he was already starting back at the tail end, so this doesn't hurt him. Coming in and topping off on fuel, and didn't look like he got any tires there, so. Okay, so lap 66 looks like we are back under caution for a incident where the 39 may have just put the hammer down and spun his tires and caused a huge stack up in the rear of the pack. Number of drivers involved: Ryan Pittman, Chris Worrell, sort of, Ryan McRoberts for sure, Maurice Burnett, Zach Allen, all involved in that little mess at the back. We'll try and stack and restack this field back up, but before we're going to take a quick commercial break, we will be right back.
Welcome to ImmerseCon, where the future of gaming and technology comes to life. At the cutting edge of innovation, ImmerseCon blends the realms of STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, with gaming. It's a pulsating hub where diverse minds, from casual gamers to industry mavens, converge in a dynamic, groundbreaking setting. ImmerseCon is dedicated to transcending the typical convention experience. Here, every moment is an adventure, every interaction an opportunity to learn, play, and innovate. Join us in this unique journey where the wonders of STEM fuse with gaming, creating an immersive, unforgettable experience for all.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series, Music City 200. We're about to get back underway here in, actually, is it Lebanon? Where's this?
Yep. It's in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Yep.
Lebanon, as that's how us Nashvillians say it. Nashville, Knoxville, Sevierville, Lebanon. It's how it is. So yes, it's about 40 minutes outside of downtown Nashville. So pretty, it's Nashville Superspeedway technically by that. But, who knows? Maybe we'll get some racing back at the fairgrounds. That would be pretty cool to see. Seeing a big field like this at a track like that, obviously a very historic track, but this is Nashville Superspeedway, 1.33 mile concrete track. Just started coming back here about 3 years ago.
Well, Chuck Van Scoik is the control car. He will be in charge on this restart. Currently showing as your leader. Pace car should drop off.
And here we go, green flag back in the air.
Garrett Johnson up to second. He's right there on the tail. Oh.
Car on the apron.
Yeah, not sure. I think it was John Ledger down low. Luke Bullard now under 20 to the outside. Nathan Harper, Lilith Peters back there.
Got a good run off the corner.
Good run by the three of Bullard. He has worked his way back up. Garrett Johnson now challenging
If he can get
Chuck
to the
Van
inside, he
Scoik.
does.
Yep.
Yeah, gets the inside. Here we go. Battle for the lead down to the start-finish line. Going to be into turn 1. 20 will have a slight speed advantage.
Door to door here. 2 rows back.
And we're door to door for Nathan Harper and Luke Bullard now side by side for 3rd place.
Still door to door, no leader here.
Not quite.
Big move by Harper, drops down.
And here comes the 3 of Luke Bullard to the back doorstep of that 23 machine.
Harper jumps up to the high line. And the 20 works his way around the 23 to take over the lead. Garrett Johnson, new leader.
Garrett Johnson, new leader.
But wait, there's more.
There's always more.
23 takes back over the lead with the 3 in tow, cycling the 20 back to 3rd.
It happens just like that, Rick, but guess what? Here comes, with the help from the 4, the 20 back up to the high side on 3. The 3 gets a little bit arrow tight there, going to wash the 20 up. 20's going to have to let out of the gas and not get into the wall. And that's the beauty of this track. Nope, 3's wide. Nope, maybe not.
Almost, it was close. It's like the 4 is not sure what's the best way around this track.
I would agree. I don't know at this point. It's 20 a little bit into the wall there.
Yep, little contact with the safer barrier. Twenty continues to run door by door with somebody. Now it's the 3 of Bullard. 4 moves up to the outside. So trying to get a little bit of an arrow advantage from the back of the 20. He does. Now he's up under the 20. 20 again rubs against the safer barrier, scrubbing off some speed. But he's still holding on to 3rd.
Yes, he is.
Just past the halfway point here at Nashville with the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Something happened with Jeff Nairn. He may have gone off track.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, let's back that up a little bit. Something happened to
Oh, man.
27.
Yeah, wow.
And the 06.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Now, this does look oddly familiar.
Well, there was contact.
That, not identical situations, Rick, but that was pretty close to what, to the same situation we saw with Marco Berruti. Unfortunate for Jeff. Jeff was run up there, you know.
Oh, he qualified top 5, so.
Yeah, now he's running 20th minus 15.
All right, back up front. Chuck Van Scoy continues to lead. Luke Bullard in 2nd. Garrett Johnson in 3rd. Cycle Jeff Nairn back to 20. So we pitted last on lap 60, which puts us around lap 95 or so for our next time down pit road. We're 19 laps into this run.
Yeah, unless you're in the back. If you're Philip Vandertwick, Justin Horton, Sammy Harrell, you could probably go to about 108. My bad, 98.
Yeah, they pitted last on lap 65, 67.
Yeah, they could go a little bit longer.
That's a big delta. So you got 5, 6 laps.
At this point, it is.
Yeah.
we talked about that in the pre-race. You know, how important is the fuel game going to be? And could we go 2 stops? Could we go 3 stops? Could we go 4 stops? Well, that strategy is somewhat out the window, kind of. You almost can get a little bit of a reset due to the last couple cautions, but again, you know, it's going to be close to the end. I think you got to be up front. I mean, and looking at the front here, Chuck Van Scoyk up 2, Luke Bullard up 6, Garrett Johnson up 10, Nathan Harper -3, and Little Peters -3.
Well, you know, right
People
now,
kind of,
if you look at you pitted it last on lap 65. You know, next time by will be for you. You could hang out to lap 100, but you still are going to need to stop one more time.
yep, exactly.
So, you know, right now, if things stay as they are, we'll see 2 more rounds of pit stops scheduled before we call this a race. Chuck Van Scoyk continues to lead. Luke Bullard in second, Garrett Johnson third, Nathan Harper in fourth, Lilith Peters back in fifth. Ty Bosick +5. He's now up to sixth.
Great run for him.
Chris Worrell back in 14th. He's got Philip Vandertwick next. He tries to work his way back up to the front.
We might have a pass for the lead here, Rick. 3 got to the outside of the 23. Off turn 2, we will have a pass for the lead. To the lead, Luke Bullard, a non-playoff driver.
So you got a little bit of help from the 20 as well.
Now that's another situation. If a non-playoff driver wins the race, points are effectively the same. You don't have anybody taking up that last spot with a win. So that's also going to play into more point paying positions. Points versus wins. As we see a move being made right now to the bottom of Chuck Van Scoyk. That is Nathan Harper. Thought better of it. Snuck in right behind the 23.
So Garrett Johnson is in second, and Chuck Van Scoyk now to third. When you know you're here, you're racing, John, you've got to bide your time. 87 laps are in the books, but you still have nearly 70 or so laps to go, 63 laps to go, and 2 pit stops. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That is exactly right, and that's why you just got to really mind your own business and just kind of make your way through this race and get to the end. You got to get through the first 149 to be able to put yourself in a chance to win it on lap 150. So pit stops, playing the long game, that's the name of the game here.
So watching a battle for second here between Garrett Johnson and Chuck Van Scoyk. Chuck had the run, got below him, but then backed out. Because you are seeing now at these times, they pitted last 28 laps ago. So not quite the same grip as they had last time in. On board with Chuck Van Scoyk. So the 20 a little loose there.
Just a little bit.
Chuck did not shift. curious if Luke Bullard's using that same technique for shifting just at the end of each run on the backstretch and front stretch.
My guess is yes, he is.
Let's ride along with Luke Bullard, see just how he is pedaling through. Pretty much the same shift points.
Just about, brothers.
Oh,
Exactly
super
what I'm
loose.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that was close.
Which allowed the 23 to slip underneath. That's the challenge, though, as you downshift. The opportunity for a little bit of tire spin is there.
Oh, absolutely it is.
Okay, we should be, my guess is we'll start looking for some pit stops somewhere in the next 5 laps. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Again, you won't miss a thing. Thanks for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network.
Hi, America. I'm Mark Casper, President of Tech4Troops. I wanted to take a moment to say thank you for making 2023 such an amazing year. We completed our mission, and it feels good to have another successful year behind us. But I want to tell you, this year, 2024, is our 10th anniversary. 10 years of doing this mission, and you have been so supportive of us. So I want to take a moment to say, please continue to support us. We're going to have an event or more every month. Please stay tuned in our calendar. Please stay tuned on our social media. Join us in the celebration of our mission and what we do. And we look forward to seeing you and having your support for our mission of ending veteran homelessness through bridging the technology divide. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much.
Green. Maybe not for long. 20 is sideways on the apron.
Oh, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series. A little bit of action going on there. Garrett Johnson in a nearly 4-wide run got sideways. Let's go back and see if we can bring up what happened with Garrett Johnson here. Oh, a contact with the 4 sends him into the safer barrier.
Locked it down, didn't come back up the track, but that means no caution. No caution on the track right in there in front of the flag stand. I guess iRacing was like, it's fine. But this is going to force that 20 down pit road. We're going to put the 23 back up to the point there, Rick, followed by Lilith Peters, Luke Bullard in the 3, Nathan Harper right there in the 4. That Ward of the P5.
All right, regularly scheduled green flag pit stops are expected any time now. We pitted last on lap 60. We had a few laps under caution. So right now, 35 or so, this is the time we should begin to expect, folks. You know, looking at what Chuck's done over the past, 4 weeks this season, he does tend to try and stretch out his fuel runs as much as possible.
He does. He does for sure.
Here we go. Peters, Bullard, Ward, Ledger, Slagter, all on pit road. As well as Cody Sturgill. Dylan Vandertwick is finishing his stop. Oh, a little bit of a pit stop error there. She just went a little bit further past her pit box. It's a 4-tire stop. Jeff Aaron on pit road. There's Bullard getting out. Now we're seeing your leader, Chuck Van Scoik, now on pit road.
Definitely a 4-tire stop.
Yep. Brian Pittman, Aaron Jackson also on pit road. That puts Nathan Harper up to the lead. He is the last driver out who pitted on lap 60. And now he is coming down onto pit road.
Yep. Everybody's gotta make another stop. Definitely not 2 stops, but definitely another stop.
So those drivers who pitted last on lap 65 or 66, which is Sammy Harrell and Chad Jones, this cycles them up to the lead. They can probably run another couple of laps.
For sure. They definitely can.
Until now. And now they're in. All right, that cycles out the field, and I think that puts Ty Bostic up to the point once he gets around those drivers that are on pit road.
Yep.
So that puts 2 NB2 drivers up in the top 5. Ty Bostic in first, Chuck will be in second, and Luke Bullard, another NB2 driver. Well, let me rephrase that. I think Luke Bullard is now on pit road.
He is. Luke Bullard is on pit road.
For some reason, I thought he had gone in earlier already, but I guess I was wrong.
I'm not sure.
Well, caution's out.
Oh, caution is out on the track. Nathan Harper.
I don't know why.
No.
Lilith Peters crashed?
She's not on the top of the board. Oh no.
Let's go see if we can see something that happens.
What in the world? Or I'm as confused as you there, Rick.
Yeah,
I have no idea what
backing it up
happened
a bit. Oh, so I think the 3 was in the wall, and she was trying to avoid him. Let's play this at full speed. Watch the 3 of Bullard. Yeah, he goes into the wall. She tries to get around him. He goes low, but unfortunately, that little bit of avoidance on her part unsettles the car and causes that spin.
Yeah, I thought she had it saved, but that's what causes the caution there. 104. And this is when it gets interesting, because if we have one more caution, could we make it on fuel? I mean, it'd be a lot, but with 35 to 38 laps.
Yeah, you're not burning fuel
It's
like
close.
you are, running under caution.
Yeah, it's close.
Very interesting. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back.
Are you looking for a way to safely and securely dispose of your old electronic devices? Why not donate them to Tech4Troops? Tech4Troops is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to bridging the technology gap for in-need veterans and their families. The donation process is quick and easy. Simply go to tech4troops.org and click on the donate link at the top right-hand side of the page. Scroll down to access the Give Back Box link. To create your shipping label, click Add to Cart and complete the checkout process. The shipping label is good for up to 50 pounds. You can recycle most standard shipping boxes to send in your devices. Oh, don't forget the power cords. Give new life to your old technology by responsibly recycling with Tech4Troops. Help save the environment and support a veteran.
All right, welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Cup Series, Music City 200. We are under caution, only our third caution of the night, for a spin that involved the 3 of Luke Bullard and the 01 car of Lilith Peters. But right now, Ty Bostic will be the control car. Chuck Van Scoik is currently in second. Ignore that timing tower. Chuck is trying to find his place on the track. But Sammy Harrell is now up to third, plus 11, as well as Chad Jones. So really the top 5, you got Luke Bullard, he's up 10 spots. Chuck was started in third. Sammy Harrell plus 11. Chad Jones in fourth plus 11. So good moves by the GOAT Racing team to get up to that spot, and Chad Jones.
Absolutely. This is when it matters the most. You know, we got 44 laps to go. Got to be able to make your way up to the front now. Ty Bostic at the point, Rick, and we looks like we're going to get... Actually, I'm now confused.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as well. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
It's showing Ty Bostic in the lead.
Yeah, are we?
Oh no. Hey, Rick.
What's going on?
You've heard of the caution. This has happened before. Have you ever been into a race where the pace car goes around and basically effectively... Oh, there it is. Oh, there's a car loose. That's a 20. Don't know what happened with the 20, but he is now stuck in the middle of 1 and 2, or 3 and 4. So the pace car, something had to have happened with the running order because the caution was extended. But basically the field doesn't get lined up properly, and the pace car just keeps pacing for no reason.
Right.
But you can still race.
Yep.
You know. I was wondering if that was what's happening, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. We do have drivers now going down onto pit road. I see the 3 headed down pit road. The 08.
Oh, we got it. Hold up. I'm going to see if I could possibly listen to what the admin are saying right now. So I believe we are going to extend this one more time. Something with the starting procedure and iRacing glitched. That is kind of like what I was talking about, Rick. I think there's something going on there.
Okay.
So we should be able to go back green this next time by.
Well, I think Ryan Pittman's showing as the last car on the lead lap. I'm assuming he will get a wave around once the lights
should get
go
the
off.
wave.
So we're dealing with of course we just got a new update with iRacing. Something certainly could have happened with the starting order. We're kind of at the mercy. Let's see if we can bring up our telemetry. All right, there's the 08 getting the go around. Lights are off on the pace car, but we are in single file right now. I guess it's possible we could have a single file restart.
I guess it's possible.
Certainly make it interesting, but what's more important in my book is that we've been under caution for a lot of laps here.
We have. So it looks like this will be the restart. This will be the restart of the race. Everybody seems to be all right. Ryan Pittman back on the lead lap. Wow, this reminds me of like old NASCAR. Green flag back in the air. Single file restart here at Nashville. I haven't seen a single file restart in so long, Rick.
We have it back at the end. The Peters dive down low. Going to get around. She's working her way back up. Back up the front. Ty Bostic got himself a good little jump on second place Chuck Van Scoik. All right, so we are at lap 110. There's 40 laps to go.
Yeah, you're going to have to pit one more time. For sure.
So pretty much everybody will have to come back down one more time. Marco Berube is on pit road.
Not really sure why. Don't see any black flags. Should be all good. So we have a side-by-side battle there.
Justin Horton, that's the 08 of Chris Morrell, 06 of Chris Morrell, trying to make his way back up through traffic. So now 3 wide here. This is battling for 10th. Chris Morrell underneath the 18 of Aaron Jackson. Keep it clean. Just up ahead, we've got the 19 under the 7. We've seen that battle tonight.
Yes, we have.
That's John Ledger under Zach Ward.
Yep, out of turn 2. More side by side right there again.
Yep, Mike Sladger and the 06 of Morrell, 19 and the 7.
Chris is all the way up to 8th, all the way from that original EOL penalty. See if he can make it back up to the front. Great rebound for him.
Ty Bostic still showing as your leader, second place. Chuck Van Scoot. Chuck's been up there all day. So now it becomes interesting because right around this point at the 116 mark, you're now able, big move, big slice by the 18 of Aaron Jackson, cutting down in between the 19 and the 39. But as I was saying, you're right now at the point where you could short pit, get new fuel, get fuel and tires, and make it to the end.
And that's not a bad idea. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. I mean, just think about this. Let's say you pit, and let's say maybe a caution comes out really quick. You're going to leapfrog the whole field. You'll be out there in the front. So who's going to make that risk? I mean, if you're back there in the points and you're battling, you know, I mean, think about maybe a Garrett Johnston or a Ryan Pittman. Come down pit road, go off strategy, see what happens. Maybe you can get lucky.
If you look at it, Cody Sturgill, he's right now running in 12th. He is right there below the cut line. Philip Vandertwick, you're right. You know, he's currently running in 14th. He's just below the cut line. Justin Horton, 13th, just below the cut line. These guys need to take a risk, take a challenge, turn it into success, it's the only way they're going to be able to help get closer to that lead, gain more points. So 23 of Van Scoik gets around the 22 of Bostic to retake the lead. Now, conversely, if you're up front, you're leading here, you probably want to just run your race.
Oh yeah, stay out. Stay out for as long as you can. Be out there, enjoy the clean air, enjoy the fresh air, and then come down when you absolutely need to and get it done. Now, the other thing you could do, you could throw, a little bit of a wrench in there. You could pit on lap 30, 130, 135. And kind of pit a little earlier than what some people might be expecting, and then force everybody to come down pit road, because the gains will be incremental comparatively to if you wait to the end of the stint. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Justin Horton, he's on pit road.
There he is.
Someone may be listening to us.
I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to do it. You gotta stick with it. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. He'll be good to go on gas. Actually, will he? Will he?
Well, there's only 25 laps to go.
Yeah. 28 laps.
In fact, he came down.
Here comes Ty Bostic.
Fuel only.
Wow, that's a move. Now that's bold.
Well, I'm guessing it's fuel only. It was a 9-second stop. He may have taken right side.
My guess is he took some right side tires.
Let's see what Ty Bostic does.
Here he goes. Going to make a nice clean stop. Right side's up. Get a can of gas in there.
That's it.
And he's gone. Right side tires. There it is.
I suspect we'll see a bunch of that.
I do too.
All right, that puts Chuck Van Scoik out in front. Nathan Harper and Chris Worrell is in third.
Just imagine if he comes back and wins this race.
Yeah. I think Chuck is determined, though.
Oh, he is. 100%.
Let's look at that gap right now. So, there's not much of a gap, just under half a second between Chuck and Nathan. Chris Worrell is about 2.5 seconds back. But just 25 laps to go here at Nashville Superspeedway in the Tech4Troops Cup Series Music City 200. Philip Vandertwick in the 48 is now also on pit road, as is Luke Bullard. So some short pitting strategies going on right now, probably for just fuel and right side tires to try and get back out there. Once you top off that tank, you're good to go. You've just got 24 laps to go, and there are just, a typical fuel stop will give you about 35 laps. You're good for a green, at least a couple green-white checkers. So take
Absolutely.
the opportunities and get back out there. Jeff Denis is also on pit road.
If your top 14 have not come down pit road just yet,
they have not.
The driver who we expect to come down pit road, probably going to be Jeff Narin, John Ledger, or Cody Sturgill. Those are going to be next in line, along with Zach Ward, potentially Mike Sladker as well.
Most of these drivers pitted last around lap 100-ish. So they've got 26 laps or so on their tires, but a good bit of those laps, maybe 5 or 6, were under caution. with that extended caution we had just recently. Yeah, I'm not sure who that benefits the most. I guess it may have been the leader. Those extended caution times.
Here we are, 21 to go. Mike Slatker, like I said was going to be on pit road. Here he is.
As is Ryan Pittman.
Yep.
Luke Bullard is on pit road for an extended period of time. He was involved in that incident with Lilith Peters. There were really two separate incidents, but unfortunately it did appear that he had some significant contact with his right front. Chad Jones, Jeff Nearen, both in on pit road. I think Luke Bullard's got some major repairs going on.
Absolutely. I think he does.
So a viewer says he'd kind of like to see another caution. Certainly is possible. You just never know. Aaron Jackson on pit road, as well as Ryan McRoberts. Both of those drivers taking advantage of the fact that there are 19 laps to go. They're getting in their stop, as is your leader.
Here you go. This is the money stop.
So you got in under.
Nathan Harper now on pit road with John Ledger. All these guys making their way down.
Good stop by Chuck Van Skyke. Again, appears that was basically just fuel and right sides. We'll see what's happening right now with Nathan Harper.
Right sides.
Now Lilith Peters on pit road. That puts Zach Ward up on top, as well as Maurice Burnett. Of course, those drivers have not. They're the only drivers who have not pitted at this point, with 16 laps to go. Spot by the 01 Foxfire Fodes.
Oh, is that a car smoking? Oh no.
Zach Ward has blown an engine.
He's blown up. Why though?
That is a good question, which we will not be able to answer here in the booth, but he has definitely got some engine trouble.
Maybe downshifted too many times.
That's probably a very good. We can go back and look at that. Let's see what we're trying to find.
Because I don't see any nose damage, really. Maybe a little bit, but All is good. Did he get to third or second somehow? 4.
So if you're wondering what we're doing, looking back here at the 7 car, we saw a lot of engine damage. It's very often with this amount of shifting that happens, it's easy to make a mistake. And since all these drivers are paddle shifting to downshift from 4th gear into 3rd or worse in the 2nd, and potentially blow an engine.
Did it happen right here?
No smoke.
I don't know.
But we don't have access to their oil pressure or water, so we can't see if it was earlier damage in the car. That must have been there.
I mean, he's not smoking yet. Huh, I don't know. I'm confused. Got 3rd gear. Oh, he downshifted right there. There it is.
Yep.
He downshifted.
Yep, and blew the engine. You see the smoke coming out the back.
Yep, that's it. On point. Unfortunate there for Mr. Zach Ward. Running near the front, and here comes Maurice Burnett down pit road.
He is the only driver who had not come in yet. He waited to the last time to come in. He's coming here in on lap 139. I think Maurice was hoping for a caution.
Possibly.
All right,
Alrighty.
now
10 to go.
10 to go. And the 22 of Ty Bostic is currently out in front with the 23 of Chuck Van Skyke on his tail.
Here he comes to the inside.
He is determined.
He might clear him going in the 1. I think that possibly could be it, Rick. You got the 22 pitting on lap 122 and Chuck pitting on lap 132. So Ty, 10 laps older tires, that's not going to get it done.
Ty's in good shape, though. He currently sits in 4th, second highest non-winning driver point-wise. But a win here by the 23 vaults him out at 9th, all the way up into the win column, and certainly with bonus points, it sets him up great for the next round.
Yes, it does.
Looking here, just point-wise, as we stand now, we can't do these calculations on the fly. But looking, Jeff Nairn is 10th in points. He's currently showing in 9th. Nathan Harper, he's running up front. Nathan's sitting in currently 8th. That's good for him. James Lowe did not make the race today. He is kind of, I think he's moving, so he is currently in 7th. But I'm not sure if he will make the cut. We'll see how it goes. Cody Sturgill is in 11th, just outside, but Cody is running in 13th. We'll see how this all shakes.
Really close.
Yeah. This whole, Philip Vandertwick is in 12th. Philip is currently running in 15th. Justin Horton is in 13th in the points, but he is now running in 5th. Huge move for Justin Horton. And he was, 3 positions outside, nearly 11 points outside of that cut line. He may work his way back up.
Did what he needed to do. Doing the best he can do.
Yep. John Ledger racing hard today. He's showing in 12th. Ryan Pittman trying to get himself in it. Unfortunately, he's back now in 14th. He qualified well in 4th, but has not had the race I think he wanted. All right, 4 laps to go.
4 to go.
Nathan Harper is in 2nd. Let's bring up the gaps because the gap will tell the story. The field is kind of spread out.
2.7 seconds right now.
Chris Burrell is in fourth.
Nathan Harper's gaining just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit.
Well, that could
I don't know.
change depending on this lap traffic that Chuck is going to have to deal with.
Corner exit's going to be a little bit tough here. He's not going to have the run off. He's not going to be able to go to the high side like he wanted to. Close the gap just a little bit, almost by 0.2 of a second. But with 3 to go, got to be more than that.
Yeah, Chuck's going to need to be held up by somebody in front. So Maurice Burnett down on the apron. I'm sorry, that's Marco Berube down on the apron. I think he's just trying to get back out from some earlier damage.
Be a pass potentially for third going on right now between Chris Farrell and Ty Bostic. There goes Chris into third. Yep, but we're about to hit the white flag, Rick. White flag here at Nashville. The cutoff race before we go from 16 drivers down to 10. And today, it has been Chuck Van Scoik able to navigate his way up to first from starting in P3, able to win a playoff race, and here we go. Chuck Van Scoik locks his way into the next round, wins the Music City 200.
Yeah, we've talked about Chuck pretty much all night here. Right from the beginning, we saw how well he did on this track, qualifying in third, and now heck of a win.
Heck of a win. Nathan Harper in second, and Chris Farrell in P3.
A little bit of banging and going on there with the 20 and the 4.
Uh-oh. The 20 and the 4 are not happy with each other.
No, there seems to be a little bit of a conversation going on.
Yes, there is.
That may continue, but
we're about to watch that.
well,
Yeah.
we're gonna let that one go. That's we'll be happy here. We'll watch the 23 celebrate.
Oh! Well,
he's
he
happily
doesn't need that car next week.
No, the shop's so good. Those guys they'll knock it out. So
They'll be good.
All right, I think we have the results.
All right, here we go. Here's your final results for tonight's Tech4Troops Cup Series playoff race. In the Music City 200, Charles Van Scoik, Mr. Chuck Van Scoik with the win. Nathan Harper in second, Chris Farrell in third, Ty Bostic in fourth, Lilith Peters in fifth, Mike Slapter in sixth, Jeff Nairn in seventh, Justin Horton in eighth, Chad Jones in ninth, and John Ledger in 10th.
Sammy Harrell finishes in 11th, Aaron Jackson in 12th, Ryan Pittman in 13th, Cody Sturgill in 14th, 15th is Philip Vandertwick, Maurice Burnett gets the 16th spot, 17th is Ryan McRoberts, 18th is Jeff Denis, Garrett Johnson finishes in 19th, and Zach Ward in 20th.
In 21st, Marco Berube, 22nd, Luke Bullard, 23rd, Christoph Hall, Zach Allen, 24th, and David Watts in 25th.
All right, as Chuck celebrates, let's take clear of that. He is celebrating in the grass.
In the grass, for sure.
As he continues his celebration, let's see if we do have our third place finisher. Let's bring Mr. Chris Farrell into the broadcast booth. Chris, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
That was a good comeback, back up to third after that earlier incident.
Yeah, that really sucked. I don't think I deserved that EOL there. In the moment, I thought maybe I got into Marco. I was telling him over the radio because he was letting me by in turn 3 and coming out of 4. He was still on the throttle racing me. So I thought maybe I had came up into him. I looked on the replay and it's huge net code. So I don't know. I don't think I should have been called out for that. I would like to apologize to Jeff Nairn though. I got into him trying to fight back. Obviously I wasn't in the best mood after that. So coming out of turn 4, was making the pass on Jeff, and just he didn't go as high as I expected him to, and I got into him, turned him. So I apologize to Jeff if you're hearing this. Obviously, I don't want to get into anybody or wreck anyone, but yeah, that EOL kind of hurt me tonight, but still finished good, so that's cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. We definitely we're taking a look at those trials and tribulations. We saw Jeff's. Unfortunately, caution did not come out, so I definitely cycled Jeff Nerin back. But things happen. That's racing. But hey, you battled back. Jeff Nerin did finish in 7th, so he did
Oh,
recover as
awesome.
well.
That's
So
good.
yep. But
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
yep. So again, congratulations on your finish here. And then, but you've already won. You've kind of punched your ticket into the next round. So I'll be looking
Yeah,
forward to seeing you. So do you was when you look at tracks, was Nashville on your list of tracks you love or?
yeah, for sure. It's a really fun track. There's only one lane to run, so it makes it really dicey, racing people. I think the league did great tonight when it comes to the racing. Um, you know, I hate that I got into John there, but that iRacing really screwed us. I think we were gonna go for a full from green to checkered flag, another race here tonight if it wasn't for that netcode incident with Marco. But yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So
Well, you can go back and watch the replay. I think we may have seen similar things. So,
yeah.
again, congratulations. Any shout outs tonight?
Shout out to Elliot for putting on the league. You guys doing great broadcasts. My buddy James wasn't able to make it tonight. He's in the middle of a big move. I hope he can make it on points to the round of 10. He should be good, but hopefully he plans on racing again next week. Big shout out to Charles on getting the win. Good job, Nathan, on second, and Ty Lilith finish out the top 5. Mike, Jeff, Justin, Jad, John, Sammy, Aaron, the rest of them. Great job, everybody. But thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.
You got it. All right, that's your third place finisher. Chris Worrell will bring Nathan Harper into the broadcast booth. Nathan, congratulations on your second place finish.
Yeah, I needed that after that embarrassment last week, but we won't talk about that.
Road courses are hard, dude.
Yeah, I didn't really see myself leading 30 laps. So, you got to take the good out of it. But anyway, I'm going off topic. That's in the past. We can't worry about that.
That's
but
right.
Inconsistency once again strikes. That pit stop. I went from being not even a second behind him, came out. He got out nearly 3 seconds, I think. So, just inconsistency. That's where I'm struggling. But considering what happened last week, I would definitely take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Looking back at the stats, looks like you were about almost a full second slower on your last pit stop. That definitely hurt you.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, but definitely like the caution's a mess. I mean, that worked in my favor, and long run once again we were struggling, and just played out in our favor when we got P2. And we'll probably be in the red starting next week. I forget the track, but round 2 will probably be in the red. So.
Yeah, so next track we will go to is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Ooh.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a short track or like a road course or anything, so maybe I stand a chance, but hopefully we can survive that.
Yeah, we'll be 80 laps at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That will also be a track of strategy for sure.
Oh yeah, could come down to fuel mileage. I mean, I feel like this race could have come down to fuel mileage, but hey, a caution, boom, ruins the strategy and it's a whole new game, and I think that's what happened there. So you never know. I usually just go for it. I don't usually save because sometimes if you do that, you get screwed. But hey, at the end of the day, if it works, you get rewarded. So we'll see what happens at Indy.
We've seen as this season has gone on, the driving quality has gotten better, less cautions for the most part, and unfortunately, you sometimes do wind up having to deal with those types of strategy and trying to a lot of green flag runs.
Oh yeah, for sure. You never know what can happen.
You got it. Any shout outs tonight?
Shout out to my sponsor, Luna Steak Sauce. Lilith, we started on the front row. We showed we had speed. Both got a top 10. I we finished in top 5. So yeah, solid run for the team. And you guys for putting on the show. Everybody who showed up. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's okay. Justin Horton, just for your record, also finished in 8th. So good Kaiju Cat showing. So.
Oh yeah, yep, him too, and Chad Jones. Don't forget him. Don't
Yep.
forget him. He finished 10th. So yeah, we all finished in the top 10. And
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that's your second place finisher, Nathan Harper, finishing here second in the Music City 200. And we go ahead and bring into the broadcast booth our winner, Mr. Chuck Van Scoik. Chuck, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You know, John and I were talking at the beginning. We're like, dude, this guy's got this track. You know, we just saw that you certainly had through, especially through practice and even qualifying, that you had something special here.
Yeah, my team, Wednesdays I'm off. Might be changing soon. But Wednesday I'm off, and I'm the guinea pig like I was last year. I'll go in and run stuff, mess with the master cylinders, and do all that stuff. I'll show my stints, my tire wear, if I wanted to save fuel, how far I can push it. But yeah, I just stayed in 4 all the way down the back stretch, didn't let off, let it chip out, and then got down to the bottom. There's a bump there. Once you hit that bump, you can full throttle it, and I was making up a lot of time coming out of 4 on anyone that was in front of me. So
all right, always important to kind of figure out the little secrets, the little nuances that you can try to gain and save some time. So pretty awesome, great showing tonight. What do you got for Indianapolis?
it's a track I like. If I can stay, it's one of those. You kind of get bored because it's such long straightaways, and if you try to push that one turn, either 1 or 3, and next thing you know you're in the wall. So, but it's a good track for me. I've won some officials in Indy, so definitely one. It's it's going to be definitely a strategy, so I'll be working on that all week to see what's the best strategy. Once Elliot gets me over the sessions, I'll put some practice sessions up, but.
A great finish tonight for yourself. Looking back through the board, Sam, you finished in 11th. Aaron Jackson in 12th. Cody Sturgill 14th. Maurice in 16th. Good showing by most. I think Christoph may have had a tough night tonight back in 23rd.
Yeah, he tried being a team player because obviously, I don't know how to execute a race all year, so I put myself in a position that I had to worry about a cutoff race. I mean, I was in better position than most, but he was trying to be a team player to stay out because I said, look, me and CJ might need a position. We might need your car out there, and he just couldn't drive it. So I appreciate him sticking around and all my teammates.
All right, again, congratulations on your win. Shout outs for tonight.
Yeah, you got, I realize, I mean, this season I haven't been up here that much, but I always just go, oh, you guys for the broadcast. I never say it's IWM broadcast. Thank you guys. Never once. I don't ever say Tech4Troops, so thank the Tech4Troops. I guess I'm a little selfish with my own company, Goat Racing, and I forget everyone else. Elliot for putting up with everything from the drivers, and we've been making it a little easy on him, maybe too easy. Isn't there a short track coming up? I'm sure he'll pull whatever hair he's got left out if we have a short track coming up.
Well, the next round of the playoffs, which will cut us down from 10 to 4, puts us at Indianapolis, and I'll say it, Martinsville, and Charlotte. Yes.
Good tracks for me. So I just got to qualify well. That's always been my problem. I don't qualify well and get back in some trouble, and then end up ruining my race or making some stupid move and not realizing and putting someone in a bad spot. So money shifted last week after putting in thousands of laps. That pissed me off. But and then shout out to my teammates, the Goat Racing Diecast team, the guys that were there. If you see their numbers, you go to my website, put Goat Racing and their number and the promo code, they get a commission out of it, and you guys get 20% off. Hopefully soon. I don't know if you guys saw the picture of the custom that Lilith hopefully will be out in the mail tomorrow for the mid-season tournament. If you guys want to put that up on the next broadcast or whatever, the champion will get one as well. It took a little longer than expected, but Yeah, I like the guys, love the league, and appreciate what you guys do.
You got it. Yeah, we saw the pictures. You're right. We'll put that up on our next broadcast. Great looking reproduction of her car. So congratulations.
Well, man, maybe we can talk Lilith into taking a picture with it and holding it up. Put it out. Put it on the, the broadcast. So
There you go. All right, there's your winner. Congratulations to Mr. Chuck Van Skyke on winning his first race of the season. Chuck, is that correct?
yeah, because I can't execute races. Yes, very.
Well, you did at the right time. So
Yeah, tell me about it. I should have at least 2 or 3. Pocono comes to mind. This is my first iRacing race ever that I took 2 tires. I never take 2 tires. I never ever do it just because 4 is better than 2. But I said, you know what? My teammates were telling me what everyone was doing. Plus, I can look down at my screen, tells me the times, of people's pit stops. So everyone's telling me, because I had enough teammates. I think we had 20% of the field. They were telling me, hey, this guy right sides, this guy right sides, right side, So I said, you know what? Everyone else is doing it. Let me try it for once. And I was talking to Chris before I came in here, man. Those right sides in some of these tracks, man, I was able to get back. I think I was running faster laps on 2 tires. So I'll have to test that out at Indy.
All right, there you go. All right, thanks again. That's Chuck Van Skyke. John, any wrap-ups for tonight?
I just want to congratulate Chuck on the win. Glad to see him back at the top of the board. Nathan as well with Chris. And make sure to tune in next week. We got Indianapolis. It's going to be a fun one. Fun to see these cars back on the big track. So make sure to tune in next week to the IWM Broadcast Network. You do not want to miss the first round of the round of 10.
All right, that's it for us here in the broadcast booth. Again, thank you for tuning in. Have a great night and good night.